Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Stay Nation with your boy Stay for another Apex Legends video. Now, I'm super pumped to share with you guys today. If you guys weren't already aware, as of late last night, Respawn Entertainment dropped a full-size set of patch notes for us. So I got all the changes that are going to be coming to the game early next week. As for the release date, we're not 100% sure. They didn't confirm it, but I got my own thoughts and opinions on that, which I'll share with you in just a moment. But now, before I start today's video, I want to take the time to appreciate Respawn Entertainment here. If you guys weren't already aware, as of recently, they made an article and they shared how they just want to be much more transparent as developers. They want to share what's coming to the game much earlier with us, and everything that is coming to the game, they just want us to know about, because that's essentially what the Apex community is stressing about, just not knowing when content is coming out. So props to you, Respawn. You've done it, you've shared it with us, and it just gets me excited to share with the rest of the community what's going to be coming in this update. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, man, please take the time to drop a like if you do enjoy. It takes a fraction of a second, and if you guys want to see more from the channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. So getting on into it, one of the main focuses of this update that's going to be coming and these patch notes was audio improvements. I know I can't count the amount of comments on my videos of people who are saddened and complain about audio issues, so this is really nice to see that changes are coming here. Respawn started out by saying one of their biggest issues to tackle was improving the audio performance to address issues reported of sounds dropping out, sounds missing for extended periods of time, or distortions for periods of time. So basically, people just not being able to hear things for extended amounts of periods of time. I've dealt with it, especially in Skulltown. But then they also said that we also have addressed some of the other mixed issues within the game, including increasing the volume of close proximity enemy footsteps and other things along these lines. So big audio improvements. I'm going to get into the performance aspect of the audio improvements, but they said they're going to be improving the engine to be around 30% more CPU efficient. So you players who play on PC, this is going to be a lot less intensive on your CPU, so it'll be able to run smoother and cause a lot less problems. On top of that, they've lowered the impact on data loading through code and content changes to improving potential dropout issues. So this is essentially just going to minimize the amount of times these issues occur. Now, getting into the quality of life aspect of these audio issues, there is a lot of improvements that came to the game here, and once again, I'm just going to dive on into these now. First up, they started off by lowering the master volume of all sounds during the character select screen through the end of the drop sequence. If you guys weren't aware of this issue, I don't know how you would not be aware of this issue. I deal with it on a daily. If you guys watch my videos, you would know I never talk to my teammates when dropping out of the ship or when choosing a character. That's why you never see that sequence, because the game is just too freaking loud. Like, you cannot hear your teammates in a party chat, in game chat, nothing. It's just it's like ear madness. So that's the first change that came in the quality of life section. On top of that, they have lowered the volume of Wraith's ambient kunai knife sound. If you guys who don't know what this is, it's essentially the heirloom set for Wraith. You get a dagger she can hold, and when you run around with it, there is a fairly it's not too loud, but it was kind of a disturbing sound where it's just like a hissing, like, and basically they've lowered the volume of that, so it's just going to be a lot less intrusive. And I think what they've done here is they just try to lower everything down, so this way you can hear enemies much better. Next up, they also increased the volume of close proximity enemy footsteps for all legends. So they've just increased the volume of enemy footsteps in general. They've increased the priority of enemy footsteps to ensure the sounds play even in heavy combat situations. This is fantastic. So basically, enemy footsteps are going to be elevated in volume even more when gunshots and all that other stuff is going around, so you could still pay attention to enemy audio in the midst of chaotic gunfights. Next up, they've slightly lowered the volume of Pathfinder's footsteps sounds heard from the first person view. So this isn't going to affect you hearing Pathfinder. This is essentially, if you're playing Pathfinder, he's going to be a lot less loud when you're running around, because he's a fairly loud legend. He's a robot. If you guys have used him, it's pretty squeaky. That's all I gotta say. Next up, they've also fixed missing or quiet dry fire. So essentially, they fixed a bunch of issues revolving around your guns. So when you click your weapon, when you're out of ammo, the little click sound, and just other stuff like that. They've lowered gun animation sound effects, so it's even easier to hear enemies. Next up, they've also increased the volume of music that plays when winning a match, because Respawn knows how to turn up when it's time to turn up. So when you guys are there with your champion squad, whether it's your boys or your gals, you guys are gonna be able to jam out to some louder music now. Next up, they've also added more detailed audio to the training mission, and that's going to do it for our quality of life improvements to audio. So some pretty big audio changes here. I'm really happy with all of these. I think it's going to improve the game immensely. But I'm going to move on to some of the bug fixes in terms of audio that also came in this update, well, are coming in this update. See, it gets me excited because I think it's already here, but we got the patch notes early. In terms of bug fixes, they have fixed the occlusion bug for the wind down sound for the Havoc. I'm honestly haven't experienced this one too much, but it is just nice to have it fixed. Next up, they've also fixed the issue with automatic weapon fire sounds occasionally getting stuck on, especially after you drop out of ships. If you guys aren't aware, this one, essentially it's where enemy gunfire gets locked on. So if you're running around, you'll just constantly hear people shooting even though no one is shooting, and that one's really intrusive. I don't know why that was in I mean, it is a bug fix, but it's just really invasive, and I'm glad to see that gone. And then lastly, in the bug fixes department for our audio issues, they have fixed a bug with the RA45 missing the tail sound. So essentially the echo you should hear at the end of shooting a weapon, but that was mainly in close proximity sessions with the weapon. So that right there is going to do it for all our quality of life, performance, and bug fix issues revolving around our game audio. Some big changes here, but I got more to talk about because I am nowhere near finished. So next up, we're going to be taking a look at hit detection fixes and improvements that are going to be coming to Apex Legends. And I'm really excited about this because if this isn't the biggest problem in Apex Legends right now for overall quality of the game, it's that or the fact that the game just crashes a lot on PS4, like on console for me at least. So they've actually said that they found majority of the problems and fixes for hit detection issues, but they stated one potential cause for hit registration bugs can be simply due to the internet connection problems on our end. On top of that, in order to determine how much of a factor this is in reality, they put some time into refining the functionality behind the network problem indicator icons we have in the top right of our screens. They said these icons are now pickier about our connection quality and may show up more frequently than they did before. They said these icon changes will be useful for us narrowing down the cause of any bugs that they continue to see. They also stressed that we continue to share videos and give back feedback reports after bugs like this happen, so they can continue to fix it in future patch notes. But as for right now, they think they got their hands like pretty good on it. They should have a fix. So that's going to do it for the hit detection. Just know that that's going to be taken care of. They've also brought us a fix for the Lifeline pick me up banner bug on PS4. A lot of people were complaining after we got reverted back to our 1.08 update after our 1.1.1 that a lot of people were crashing, a lot of people were freezing with this banner, a lot of people were getting their friends' games to freeze every time they encountered this banner. So this was a pretty big bug. It's actually out of the game right now, but as for the update going live early next week, it should be back in the game, they say. So that'll be all taken care of. I quickly want to touch on the release date of this update because I haven't quite touched on it yet, but they haven't given us an official release date. They said just early next week, but if we're gonna make an educated guess and go towards what Apex Legends and Respawn Entertainment has been doing since the start of their game, we can anticipate to see this update dropping early next week on Tuesday. For you guys who don't know, Tuesday is normally when Apex Legends drops their updates, aside from a little hiccup they had last week where they dropped an update on a Wednesday, but that was a first. So that's gonna do it for the Lifeline pick me up banner icon. That's gonna do it for the hit detection issues. That's gonna do it for all the audio improvements. But now moving it on, there's a couple of PC only bugs that they're bug fixes that they're bringing to the game. They fix crashes specific to Intel CPUs. So just know that if you have a weaker CPU or a higher CPU, it doesn't matter. In terms of memory crashing problems and all that, that's going to be taken care of. Just know you PC players are going to be taken care of, okay? Now I'm going to finish this video off by talking about a couple additional bug fixes and changes, which are going to be kind of fun to talk about because some of these kind of make me a little bit sad. So they fixed the issue with the fortify passive ability for Gibraltar and Caustic. So if you guys weren't aware of this problem already, there was people losing health when they had shields. So this is going to be gone. This is taken care of hopefully when the update gets dropped. On top of this, they have also fixed the bug that allowed players to stick objects to Gibraltar's shield. So no more sticking jump pads to Gibraltar, no more sticking caustic traps to his shield either. That's all gone. But one thing that is still going to be in the game is his ability to deflect arc stars. So once again, this patch isn't live yet, but I don't know if that's going to be the ability to bounce arc stars off Gibraltar's passive shield, or if it's going to be the ability to basically catch the arc star, put your shield away, and basically eliminate that arc star altogether like it's been right now. So if that is the case, that's pretty dang cool. It's pretty dang OP. And lastly, to finish these updates and patch notes off, we have identified some issues with Novid, and I will be disabling the flag until we can address the issues, and they say thank you for our patience. So that right there, guys, is going to do it for all of the patch notes, man. This update, once again, I think it's going to be dropping early next week on a Tuesday. I'm really excited to see this come and see how the game runs after that. But now this is where we are getting ready for season 2, man. Season 2 is coming. They've stressed they have so much content on the way. I've already made videos on this, on confirmations from the developers on Twitter. I'm really excited they're going to have the ability to truly focus on content now. New legends, new weapons, all these bug fixes seem to be getting taken care of, and the future looks bright for Apex Legends, man. I do appreciate all you guys who stick it out here and play this game despite its lowest of times right now. It truly does speak as a community, and for you guys who come out here every day and watch my videos. I truly do appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. We hit 16,000 subscribers today. Shout out to you. This is honestly just it's too unbelievable. So love your Apex Legends. Go play some games today. I hope you guys catch some wins and have a fantastic one. I'll see you guys in the next video tomorrow. Have a great day. Peace out.